Hello. And thank you. If you see me right now, I want you to know that I'm grateful for you being here. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me right now, and for that, I am grateful. So today I want to share my poem with you guys that I made. Mm, I made this poem quite some time ago. I think it was like around the end of the year last year. And I guess here we go. This is something new to me, and excuse me if I start stuttering or going over my words because sometimes not only am I reading, but I'm looking at what it should be because this is also my creation. So bear with me, please, and thank you. So, this is how it starts. This is dedicated to my melanated beings across the world, rich or poor. Black man, you don't know that people envy you. I'm sorry. Something just really literally just fell and it kind of threw me off. One second, please. Hello and welcome back. So we have essence and hot and cold. So it's like someone could very well much so be borderline obsessed with your essence, but because you give hot and cold vibes, they could very well much so figure you to be unpredictable. And they may be very shy. They may feel as if you may just be too much for them, but you are at the same time something that they actually really like. I'm seeing 222. I'm seeing April, May, or June. I'm seeing that with you, I just heard someone may have raised themselves. Maybe you had a hard life, and maybe life has hardened you. And maybe you're asking for some really great things and significant things, but because you may be asking for something specific, you may be blocking other blessings that don't look like what it is that you're seeking right now. So, I'm being led to tell you to be open to receive, to be open to the possibilities, because you never know what or how things may work out in your favor. But the universe is asking you to work on the ability to receive right now, because there are great things that are bound to come in for you. But if you aren't in the energy of receiving, if you aren't in a light energy of putting the past to rest and starting this new season with a fresh perspective of life and people in general, if you're carrying what people have done to you to be personal and to make that as if the world is that way, then you're doing yourself a disservice. Because although the world can go cold, that's why we have hot and cold out here. Although things may have been hot and cold with your previous experiences, don't allow yourself to go hot and cold. It's natural, right? But when you're trying to pursue new things, you have to go into it with a change of perspective, confirmation. You have to go into things with a change of perspective. You have to go into things with a fresh eye. Because you got to think, would you want to accompany someone who's carrying baggage from some hurt or pain that they have experienced from somewhere else, and they're expecting you to do the work to heal them? No. That's not something. I'm not saying that you aren't capable of helping. I'm not saying that you aren't going to run into that. But I am saying that you would rather people already do the healing. I got to get a reading out here. And I got fake friends. I shuffled these cards already. But I'm going to keep shuffling. I mean, get a reading and fake friends. Hot and cold. We got fish fry out here. Somebody might have just had a fish fry yesterday. I heard Fish Fry Fridays, and today is Saturday. Right now, St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. 80s sound. You may be playing a lot of old school music, or you may be a very classic type of energy where you have that old. I just heard genuineness. That basically authenticity. You may have something very authentic about you. Look, and because you're so sweet, you're so special, you're so different, you're so you. They say moving on to better is going to require you to let go of what didn't belong to you in the first place. When you have gotten out there. Confirmation, darling. 1 second. Excuse me. I was interrupted. But yeah. Needless to say, okay. I don't know where I just came from because of that whole thing that just happened. I hate that I even allowed that to distract me. You see how I don't even like to give that energy any type of energy, but we understand where we're going with this, right? Moving on to better, right? Moving on to better. In order for you to move on to better, you have to know how to define what better is. A lot of times we think something is better, but it'd be the same thing that we just fought so hard getting away from. Change your type, I just heard. A lot of times what you like don't like you. I just heard the thrill is gone. I just heard don't listen to that crap. I'm sorry. On display. You may have your feelings on display right now, but those feelings may be regarded towards someone else, and you're trying to get to know someone new, but you're carrying those same feelings and emotions from someone else. You need to do a cleanse. You might want to pray over your water while you're in the shower if you don't have any type of things that you can use to cleanse yourself at this time. You might want to get you some black salt, I just heard. We have silence so you can connect. Silence so you can connect. That means that you may have a lot of distractions around you. You may never give yourself a chance to have total silence. Maybe you sitting with yourself may be a major problem for you. Especially dealing with certain music today that carries an unnatural frequency. It corrupts the mind to be captivated in ways where your creativity has been bombarded with that frequency, where the frequency plays over and over and over to where your creativity is in the background fading away because of you not giving your creativity an outlet, is what I just heard. But then they said, what, Mom? I hope they're not looking at me like, oh, she thinks she Mother Teresa, because that's what I hear a lot. Nigerian can't stay away. Wine, red wine, or white. Someone may be drinking wine. It is St. Patty. Ooh, it is St. Patrick's Day. Oh shit. What the hell? I'm gonna try to edit that. Goodness. Okay. I love you, Liberian girl. I love you, Liberian girl. But God, though, I love this card. Because, see, when I see this card means, damn, you might have had it rough. Damn, you might have had all the odds against you. Damn, you might have even didn't have nobody you can call on. Damn, you might have even lost everything that you worked so hard for. Damn, you might be losing all the money that you might have just got a lump sum of money and the money already gone, or the money already then been called for other things, you know, bills or whatever. But God, though, right? When I see this but God, though, that means that I don't care how long it's been that you've been working. I don't care what you lose. I don't care who don't answer their phone. I don't care how lonely you may feel. God, the Almighty, the creator of all, the source of the breath that keeps you alive, the source of your Akashic records, the one who gave you the very existence to see me right now, will not forsake you. So therefore, no matter what comes up against you, but God, though. Okay, and guess what? Your gratitude looks so good on you that you got people who you possibly even cussed out and told them this XYZ and all the things, and they just simply can't stay away. Because guess what? I'm hearing something in a way where maybe you might have suffered in a season where you had some type of entities, attachments to you, to where you knew that you wasn't yourself, you wasn't quite feeling like yourself. That's why I said that you need to cleanse. But even when you're not feeling yourself, guess what? When you do that cleanse, it's just going to open a door for you. It's going to open a door of opportunities. All those missed opportunities that you thought were missed are just going to swarm right back in, because the energy, once you clear that energy off of you, then you, in your right energy, those missed opportunities that you thought were missed opportunities will simply, you'll either be presented with new opportunities, better opportunities, or equal opportunities of what once looked like a loss. But also, a lot of how and why that's going to happen is your beliefs. Are you the beliefs or the believer? Ask yourself that. Don't answer that to me. I love you, Liberian girl. We got keep your heart. I just died in your arms tonight. I just heard that. Oh, we got out here. It must have been something you said. We got 110th Street out here. You might be in New York City or some other place where they have 110th Street. No hesitations. So it's like within you trying to find yourself, and with you doing this cleansing, within you choosing you, right? Despite all of those lessons that we have learned, we understand what now? What do we learn? What do we understand? What do we have an understanding, overstanding, understanding, or all standing? Because we're still standing. No matter how many times we fail, we are still standing. Oh my God. Where is this energy coming from? Ooh. This is some heavy energy that I just tapped into. Okay. Despite the lessons, what's a test without a testimony, honey? But God, though, is going to give you real love. Because you deserve it. You're going to have everything in you that you deserve, honey. God is driving you right to your destiny. You heard this from Busty and Lusty. You can call me Busty and Lusty. I wouldn't give no fuck. Because I know me. And when you learn that other people's perspectives of you does not define who you are, and you look at other people's perspectives and opinions to simply be that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, then leave it. Cookies, Busty and Lusty and cookies. Ooh, what we going at? Somebody might be 5'9". Coming out of an isolation period. I'm sorry, my nose is running right now. Give me a second. I'm back. The energy. The energy in this collective is knowing that but God, everything that you've been through has had you in an isolation period, and within that isolation period, you had to go within. You might even be smoking cookies. I'm just gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, and if you know, you know. You may be Busty and Lusty, or maybe somebody might have called you Busty and Lusty. And shouts out to my good girlfriend who knows who created cards like this, and nothing but love for you. Thank you for your inspiration. I just had to say that because I don't like it when I see other people who are doing what someone first did and then they don't know how to give credit where it's due. So thank you, Linda Likes Tarot. I am grateful that you set the tone for showing how things can be done, and I took it and ran with it, girl. I'm gonna call it what it is. I did that with no hesitations also. Because they said, but God, though, right? Because, you know, somebody got to do it. But needless to say, yeah, I'm coming in with my messages for the people. So we had car sex. We have latexes out here. They just said, talk about sex. Okay. Because this is an adult channel. So I feel as if they got latex and higher self. Condoms are spiritual protection. I'm going to say that. Why do I say this? Is because being a previous person who is of experience, there has been times where I would be with a man who doesn't mean me any good, and he damn sure doesn't mean the person who he lives with any good. But because he has unprotected sex with the person who he lives with, when we would be in the act of doing something, the phone would ring. Confirmation. The phone would ring, the phone would go off. It would be some type of notification that would lead me to know that you have a spouse, you have a lover, you have a significant other. And within knowing that, it would be very yucky energy for me because it's like, wow, you know, that's karma, right? Karma looks a lot like me having sex with married men who, you know, it's like one thing when you're married and it's another thing when I know you're married, right? Because if I know you're married or I know that you're with someone, then it's like me knowing that alone is giving me karma, right? In one way, shape, or form. So it's like, no, I can't deal with people who live in between lives. As a transgender woman, I cannot deal with men who live in between lives. Because I think that that's the main problem right now with women is the men who lie. It's not about but then again, a person will hate a person who identifies as what they identify as blatantly and truthfully because they feel like, well, they could have tried me, or could pussy change everything? And it's just like, ugh. I don't want to jump off the topic. Confirmation burp. But yeah, we have a blank page here. Somebody about to pull up. We got Claire Audient here. So we were talking about sex, right? So I want to talk about this thing about PrEP because this has been something that I got a download of the other day. I got a download that the pandemic, right? We got vaccinated in the pandemic. I'm just gonna say we. But needless to say, being an observer, I had a prophetic dream around that time, but because I was battling with what I was battling with, I didn't answer the calling. Now, people have died. Needless to say, I could tell you to, I can't do that. Needless to say, my observations is that people got vaccinated, which had made people sterile. Not only did it make them sterile, it made people extra sexual, extra hypersexual. They fired the country. They gave you OnlyFans as an outlet. That just shows you how over-sexualized this country is and how the white man has always been interested in the black man in one way, shape, or form. As much as they don't want you to know how interesting you are divine. You are very interesting. And not just a white man, okay? Because being that I have been on both sides of the fence, I can say that a lot of people today think that all black men walk around with a BBC. And knowing that it's like, okay, connecting the dots here, right? The vaccine, the OnlyFans, the porn, the sex, the unprotected sex that gave you PrEP. That was their way of saying, because PrEP, they try to give PrEP just to people who were LGBTQIA. But then they figured that if everybody's fucking, then we can just get everybody on it. Let's try to do OnlyFans. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's get them on the shit. We're going to get them on this fucking PrEP. And then once we do that, then we're going to do what? We're going to raise the price. We're going to get rid of their benefits. We're going to make them pay for the shit. And then if they can't pay for it, and then they miss a motherfucking pill, they miss their drugs, then what? They just create more problems. They make you hate you in a way where you trust them. Well, I don't mean that they make you hate you, but that's... it's kind of like self-sabotage. They can't beat you, so they beat you at your own game with making you believe in them, making you believe in medicine. So they create OnlyFans. They create these outlets, right? They fired the country. And for people who was really pressed and didn't know how they was going to make money, and people who just seen that as the opportunity, a lot of people made a lot of money off of that. A lot of people still make money to this day. But the concept is, the psychological aspect is that people who are weak-minded, people who aren't sexually educated, people who aren't using PrEP, who lie and use that as a reason for why they can do this and do that. It's just been chaos. I've seen a lot of chaos. That's why things are happening in certain places where it's a hot zone now. It's hard to go certain places because certain things going on in certain places. There's things going on in certain places. We got no drama, thanks. So just Just go ahead and wrap that thing up. Because we're not fucking with the drama. Wrap that thing up. Okay? And check on it too while within the mix of the strokes. Make sure that motherfucker's still there, okay? Blank page.
Charles Blackboy.
Oop. Excuse me for the interruption. But yeah, blank page. It's giving. Be intentional with your encounters to get better results. Because anybody can chill, kick it, waste time, bullshit, but be intentional. Go find your king, go find your queen, and stick to it. Stick with it. If it feels good, if it feels for you, don't psych yourself out of something being too good to be true. You have to understand that some things are simply specifically for you. Now you allowing yourself to experience, to feel, to see, to know, to love, to heal. You allowing yourself to create a new space. This is very, it's nothing here. Right now, where you are. A lot of things may appear to matter, but nothing matters outside of you if you internally aren't at ease. So when you're not at ease, that means that everything around you must go. Everything. Sometimes. Because it's no drama, thank you. Next. Make them mad, fuck them. Okay? Make them mad, fuck them. And why are we making them mad? And it's not that we're intentionally making them mad, but usually when you choose you and people thought that they could play with you, that tends to piss a narcissist off. A person who thought that you would always leave that door open. When you close that motherfucker, it's gonna piss some people off. But see, don't just close that motherfucker. Change the locks, okay? And then after you change the locks, put in your motherfucking notice that you're about to move. And once you move, change your phone number, change your location, change your damn name if you need to, okay? Because after you've been love bombed, I think it's safe to say fuck them all. Unapologetically, of course. Because guess what? That's you. A true beauty. Male or female. You're a beauty. Okay. You're handsome. You're a phenomenal. Okay. And somebody wants what? You to give them all of you. But see, that latex card came out. And we were just talking about that. So somebody wants you to give me all of you. In what way? You'll know what way that is, but have discernment. Have discernment. Poppy? Am I talking to a Poppy? Have discernment, Poppy. Have discernment, Mommy. Have discernment, bro. Have discernment, sis. Have discernment, ma'am. Have discernment, sir. Spirit has sponsored this message. Spirit has sponsored this message, okay? I just heard first win. Dr. Sebi came out. And what was Dr. Sebi all about? He was all about holistic health. He was all about paving the way, showing people that this very earth that we walk on had everything that we would ever need for any particular reason that we may need it. So when it comes to these man-made things, understand that you don't need anything outside of you. Maybe we do now because, of course, they've gotten rid of the trees. They've gotten rid of the things. Should I talk about that? They told me not to talk about that. They said something about something happening with some type of a machine where they control certain atmospheres, where they created a big thing somewhere where they had a specific type of plant, a specific type of herb that they didn't want people to have access to. Because then that would go against everything that they have built these corporations upon. They built these corporations to keep people in business. And you got to understand, looking at it this way, for a person who gets filthy rich off of you being sick, will they ever really give you the cure? Will they ever really give you what it takes for your vitality? Because you got to think, they do everything for you not to have vitality. They take the seeds out the fruit, they spraying the food, they doing this, they doing that, they trying to keep money off of you being sick. Will they ever get you to true health? Will they ever get you there? We got prom out here. I don't know where we're going with that one, but prom may be significant for someone. I'm gonna shuffle. So close, craving it. Yeah. This message is not for entertainment purposes. I'm gonna let you know that now. 3013 was just on the timer. Inner child is here. Something about you finding a way to heal your inner child. Something about you today grew to be the person who would have protected you as a child. So you today need to find ways to nurture that inner child where your parents couldn't show up. Remember who you were before your first heartbreak, whether it was from your parents, lover, business friend, whoever. Learn ways to heal yourself through what you're going through and not make things such a big deal. Learn how to wash people's opinions off of you. That spiritual cleanse keep popping up in my energy. Some of you guys really need to do a spiritual cleanse. I think I'm going to do a video on spiritual cleanses, on how you can protect your energy and how you can protect yourself, but the thing is that when you start cleansing, you have to make that your ritual. You have to make that a regular thing, because especially if you're dealing with heavy things, you're never done cleansing, just like how we're never done healing. But see, the thing is, why would you want to be done cleansing if you know the health benefits in it, if you know the spiritual benefits in it? There's such benefits in things that they don't want you to believe in. Healing thy inner child, okay? They say la 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 lock in. I don't know why I just heard lock in, like something about kids and some type of a group where they do a lock in. I see pizza, I see soda, I see a gymnasium, I see sleeping bags. Something about a lock in, inner child lock in, or maybe this is a lock. Maybe it's something that happened. I don't know where I'm going with this. First time. Maybe your first time was when you were a child. I'm talking to somebody specific out there. Or I'm talking to a lot of y'all. Because a lot of people have experienced their first time as a child. And they don't talk about what happens when you're a child and you experience your first time. They don't talk about the heartbreak and how it changes your whole perspective. They don't talk about how you have to heal in silence. They don't talk about how you go into isolation after hurting. They don't talk about what happens to the person who hurts you. But yeah, we got first time inner child lock in. Passionate. And see, the thing about when you're I don't want to talk about that. Should we talk about that? I heard ding ding, let's go. Okay. Oh, bi curious. Alright, so should I go down this rabbit hole right now? Okay. So because there are many adults today who have never learned ways to heal their inner child, they have never learned ways to gather the things that they have been through in order to pull it apart and make sense of it. Gather everything that you've been through, put it all together, so that you can look at everything that we've been through and how did that create the character that we are today. Is our character suppressed? Is our character able to thrive? Is our character working through unhealthy ego? Is our character working through compassion and love? Where is our character today? When we can gain clarity on where we were, where we are right now, and where we would like to be, that's how we time travel. By going back, making sense of the past to make sense of the present, to make sense of what we should do differently. Because if nothing changes, right? But healing thy inner child looks a lot like radical forgiveness, radical acceptance, accepting that what happened already happened. So now that I've accepted it, it doesn't have ownership over me. I accept it. I own that shit. It doesn't own me. And because I own my shit, you can't use that against me. Because people would love to say, oh my God, you're gay. Oh my God, you're this. Oh my God, you're that. And it's like, okay, tell me something I don't know. You're telling me this because maybe you're dealing with the same shit. Because have you ever thought of people who feel the need to talk about people who clearly either have been through something or they're showing something in a way where it's like, it's obvious. But even though it's obvious, you still feel the need to bring up what you see as if I don't know the shit already. It's like you're trying to use something against me that I've already accepted. But they can't. When you've accepted what you come with, you've accepted what you've been through, you've accepted who you are today, people cannot use you against you because you've done the healing. And knowing that regardless of where I come from, regardless of what I'm going through, I accept myself totally, entirely. I am whole. Nothing that anyone does or says can make me incomplete. You get to write a new page, honey. Something about 2011. Silence so you can connect came out again. We got Spend It. We got Spend It in action. So maybe you might be thinking like, okay, maybe you might want to get a reading. Spend it. Maybe you might want to get you a cleansing. Spend it. Maybe you might want to invest in something to make you whatever. Spend it. We got cinema out here. And you might be looking at them $15 tickets like, I don't wait till that shit to come on TV. Spend it. Fun and games. Gold. Someone out there is an Aries. God of War energy. Genetics is out here. Ooh, warning, man eater. Sports bet. Fantasy. And trust this one. Fantasy, trust this one. Okay, so we got warning, man-eater. Okay, so we got genetics. We got genetics. Somebody genetics may be just divine. Okay. And guess what? They may consider her a man-eater or him or whoever. Gender non-specific. Somebody might have betted on something. Somebody might have betted on a fantasy of some type of way. A sports bet comes out, but sports bet could very well just be someone betting either on themselves or someone else, and it appears to be a fantasy. They're saying trust this one. I don't know what the fuck that is outside, but it was raining all day today, and now it's shit crying in the woods. Lord, today. Something about Arabic. Something about 2030. Homebody. I don't know why I just heard lock in. We're gonna rebuke that energy right now. Hit different. Needy fling. So, oh, I just got genetics. Okay. Alright. Let me see. So we got genetics. We got gold out here. So you might have like a golden copper tone, some type of a melanin in your being. And that shit hit different. We just gonna call it what it is, okay? You might be a homebody, homegrown, something home, about home. You might got that thing that everybody out there trying to go buy in stores and at the doctor's office, and they say it's homegrown. And now because you did the work on you and you are superior, you are the freshest thing, and you taste so sweet. I heard, yeah, you got you a needy fling now, or that's to come. This may come in 2030. Or you might have it until 2030. Or maybe you might have the epiphany of this message in 2030. Like, wow, I remember when, look, it was just 40, 22, 40, 44 was just on. Look, dip out. Overthinker. Dip out an overthinker. Dip out, overthinker, spiritual animal. So you might be looking into signs and synchronicities right now, and you might just be trying to connect the dots. You might be a runner, or you might be dealing with a runner. You might be a Capricorn dealing with an Aries, or Aries dealing with a Capricorn, or flip the roles, however it go. I just heard Aquarius. We got Capricorn. Look into that wheel now. Look into that wheel now. Something about a wheel. Somebody might be catching a lift to go look into some wheel. You might have some type of inheritance to look forward to. Some type of something. If it's not an inheritance, if it's not a will, it could be some type of a lawsuit or something. Never made love before. And that's funny because this song was playing in my head before this even popped out. Is it bad that I never made love? I never did. But I sure know how I ain't bad and prove it. Let me promise that I'll be good to you. 'Cause I had some issues, I must admit it. Domino. You be playing dominoes, or maybe never made love before. When you make love, honey, it's gonna knock down all the dominoes. It's gonna be like, and it's gonna knock down all the dominoes to where what? Oh, wait. Honeymoon. So this never made love card with these dominoes, honey, it's giving very much so you might be playing dominoes on your honeymoon. Or it might have been the domino effect. Be careful with me. I just heard. Meltdown. Ooh. The energy was just getting so good. What the hell? And then it just turned. Wait a minute, bitch. See, I don't like this. What is this? A cult meltdown or a meltdown cult? I see someone riding in a Rolls Royce. I just heard the turtle wins the race. So don't go moving too damn fast trying to join forces with people thinking that, oh, I need an easy way out, I need an outlet. Trust the divine, trust divine timing. I spy. Divine, feminine, upright. Is it bad that I never made love? I never did. But I sure know how to bad. Confirmation after confirmation. Bad girl. This reading, honey, that's the thing about these cards. See, because I'm speaking to a lot of different people out there, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, honey. We should know that by now, right? Unless this is your first time. Queen. King or queen out there. But the queen is upright, darling. I need y'all to see these cards because I don't want to hear nobody mouth. Oh, she just playing. She just be pulling them and got it set up. No. Mm-mm. See, I want to get back to this honeymoon. What's the tea with this honeymoon? Came out. Superstar. Superstar. Go. Wait a minute, bitch. Gunshots? No. Pay attention. Trust your intuition. Your intuition should be your guide at this point. Trust your intuition. They said start all over. Flip the page. Start a new page. Oh, enemy came out. I don't like this energy. Never made love look a lot like you can create some type of enemy off of giving out that good stuff. Or, I don't know. Angelic voice, hypnotic eyes. Be careful. Looks can be deceiving. Blank page. They said that never get too caught up in one place. When you are somewhere and you're feeling unappreciated or whatever, like you don't belong, feel free to be free, honey. And flourishing. Because that's what you do. You flourish, honey. When you release what no longer serves you, what does that look like? It looks like a bird that's been carrying all this luggage, all this weight, and they forgot that they had goddamn wings. Now they can fly. When you release all that shit that no longer serves you, darling. But be very careful at this time. Limited conditions. That's given very much so. Whatever it is that you're carrying, it's like it's limited to where, you can only take so much. So it's like limited conditions is given, like, okay, you might got some certain conditions to where you feel limited, but really once you release what no longer serves you, you get back to being, once you release what no longer serves you, you become limitless. Ooh, Leo energy, sun energy. We got Pisces, we got fire and water out here. Fire and water. I just heard, I'll be the water to your flame. See, I don't know. Somebody trying to put you out. Something about only sex. Somebody only wants sex. Leo energy is very passionate, very, very, very loving. Something about a missed opportunity. Only sex, missed opportunity. So it may have been just a sexual situation that was the opportunity that was missed. But if that's the case, then don't look at it as a missed opportunity. Just learn how to move on from it and be intentional and hold healthy boundaries with people. Because healthy boundaries will save your life. Healthy boundaries will help you ward out the good from the bad. Because a person who is a narcissist, I don't just like to talk about narcissists, but a person who doesn't, everybody's not a narcissist, okay? But a person who has a problem with your boundaries, a person who has a hard time with hearing no, that no is there for a reason. And if they don't like it, guess what? Watch their actions and when you tell them no. The first time I say no, it's like I never said yes, like I never said yes. Favorite color? Lucky favorite color. Something about lucky favorite color. We got paperwork. It's like I never said yes. On your knees. Quicker than we started. It's like started from the bottom, now we here. Started from the bottom, not a whole team. Not a whole team. Otherworldly. 50-50 on the timer. It's giving 50-50. No more drama. 50-50, no more drama. It's giving equilibrium, equalizations, equaling, yeah, beautiful smile. It's giving smiles and proud, honey. It's giving, I moved on from what no longer serves me, and now I am in yeah. I went from here to yeah, I'm there. It's like, and then when you get there, you be like, oh man, why did it take me so long to get here? Why didn't I know that just leaving this bitch alone, this nigga alone, this da-da-da alone, that I would... Baby, let me tell you something. Accepting people's apologies when you know that certain things happen to you that you would never do to them. Accepting someone's apology will only lead to you having to accept more apologies in the long run, because certain shit just ain't supposed to be done. Certain shit just shouldn't be forgave. But it's on you to know, right? It's on you. It's your life. You're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day. We have institutionalized. And when you are institutionalized, or when something has been under the influence of institution, it's sometimes hard to get back on your own programming because you've been programmed. That's what institutionalizing is. It's you being on someone's program to where you having a hard time adapting to being yourself again. But guess what? It's giving the world is yours. And everything that you live for, the road is yours. Us against the what? The world, honey. Who is us? It's just us. It's just us. It's just us. Oh yeah, that's all yeah. It's just us. It's only us. It's only us. It's only us. It's just us against the world when the smoke clears. All we got is always us, never them. It's just us against the world. All we got is middle fingers in the air. Damn, I need to hear that song. That was my shit. Some of my sexual confusion came out. Dynamite. See, sexual confusion and dynamite looks a lot like, bitch, I didn't know that shit was gonna be finna fire. I heard powwow. Flip the page. I'm talking about that shit so fire, that shit so dynamite, they can feel your ass from a whole town away. looking for that ass in the bushes and shit. Dynamite! Okay. They said I just might on display that ass, face ass. Okay. Rider for life. See, this was coming in. Cause they said you do or you don't or you will or won't ya. Go downtown and eat it like a vulture. See the Belvedere playing tricks on ya. Rat-a-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Sex me so good I say blah blah blah. Work it! I need a glass of water. Boy oh boy, it's good to know ya. Washington D. See. Something about sour. Someone sour? Is that what we're doing? Someone sour about something here? All we got is all we got. It's always us, never them. Something about a Mack truck. Need some air. Okay. I'm about to run through this whole deck. But take a resonance and leave it down. It's just us against the world when the smoke clears. Vegas? What about Vegas? I just said smoke clears in Vegas. Now I see clouds, dark clouds. Followed by a star. Stingy. Somebody might have just hit a coin, honey, and they said, bitch, who? Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the scraps. You wasn't over here with me on that roulette table. You wasn't over here with me. It's giving, I did it on my... And you think that you're going to get... And it's giving stingy. Stingy. The queen's head. Somebody stingy with that almighty pound. Somebody got a hefty pound on their hands here. They say it's more than what you asked for. The queen. Cause all we got is all we got. It's always a never been. I'm sorry. Okay, that's what I do. When the smoke clears, yeah. Big back. I heard big back attack. Be careful eating greasy things right now. Confirmation. Be careful eating greasy things right now. We're gonna watch out for that cholesterol. I was with a guy not too long ago, and I made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and that motherfucker asked me did I want real butter to put on my sandwich. I said, if you don't get your Elvis ass out of here, at least Elvis put his on toast, bitch. You trying to put your shit on, motherfucker. Needless to say, I don't know, that's significant for something. Somebody maybe 6'7", big back 6'7", Cadillac. Rough times. Yeah, I just talked about PB&J, and we talking about rough times. All we got is all we got. Is always us, never them. Dinner for one. Wait a minute. Rough times. Dinner for one. 6'7". Big back. Queen's head. Vegas. Need some air. Mack truck. Sour. Washington D.C. Rider for life. It's always a never. Egypt. You could be an Israelite. You could be. I just heard the Quran. I don't know. I just heard Arab money. Can't stay away. We belong here. Wait a minute, bitch. Wait a minute, bitch. Now I ain't no killer, you understand me? But don't you push me. Don't you touch me. We belong here, okay? Can't stay away. It's always us, never them. So we got Abracadabra. And we got Toxic X. Toxic X Abracadabra. I do not wish that on my worst enemy, okay? So if your Toxic X is trying to come back, you can Abracadabra that bitch right back to fuck where they came from, okay? Abracadabra. Okay. You might want to stay away from that damn ex of yours. It's just us against the world. Yeah, you might want to stay on your motherfucking pedestal at this time. You gotta understand how to leave those doors the fuck closed. In these retrogrades, yes, you will have people who want to come back, reconjuring shit from the past. But when people come back after they left you or after time has been spent, that should only show you that you were not the problem, darling. You were not the problem, and you are the real thing. Real love. I don't know where the fuck that came from. Pedestal. We got pedestal and true blood out here. Stay on your pedestal because you are a real royal descent. You are something one of a kind. You should treat yourself as such. Buddha's consciousness. Buddha. Kachanasa. 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 What is Kachanasa? Je ne sais quoi. Alright, I'm going to do 2 more messages. And I'm going to skedaddle. I don't like to overstate my welcome. Let me know if you guys like these videos. Could you please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You ain't gotta do all 3. Do 1 out of the 3 for me. Just because energy is, I'm exchanging my energy here. I'm giving you a little energy to get you in this better mood. Get you to see the future. Get you to predict things and how to avoid and how to jump through hurdles and doubt. Because all we got is all we got. It's always us and never them. It's never them. They always gonna act like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. Or it was because of this, it was because of that. It was always because of something other than them being held accountable for what the fuck they did. Leave that bitch alone. Bitch, leave me alone. Because they ain't no motherfucking saint, honey. And that's what I'm gonna need you to know. And all in all, saint ain't what they ain't. Saint ain't what they ain't. Ooh, okay. Came a long way. We have come too motherfucking far to come too motherfucking far. We come too far to come too far. To go back to a motherfucking ex, bitch, your name could be Asia. Your name could be Asia, Deja, Dejanae, Ajanae, Angelica, Andrea, Angela, Ashley, Simone, Samantha, Patricia. red or white wine? Okay, so let's get a closing message because I have to replenish my energy. Girls will be girls. And boys will be boys. And trans will be both, okay? Call it what you want. 12:34 on the time. Came out. We got Distant Lover and NFL here. Cause all we got is always us. Distant Lover, NFL. Get what you deserve. Get what you deserve. I just heard supplements. Can't nobody take what God put in front of you, so you get what you deserve. You deserve. Gonna get what you deserve. Yeah, switch it up. Just when they think that they know me, I switch it up. I switch it up, switch it up. It up, cause this was it up, I can't even talk about it up. I switch it up. Somebody's like, is he rich like me? Is he big like me? Cause when they finally on me, I switch it up. I just heard Tori. Moonlight. This may be happening by the next full moon. Or this might happen on a moon cycle. Is he rich like me and hiding out? Hiding out. Give me 2 more cards, Spirit. Let me just pull. We got Queens, New York. And it's funny because Queen was right here somewhere. We got 411 Mama Dukes. Better than the best. Overqualified. Keep your heart. Heart, I just died in your arms tonight. It must have been something you said. Okay, so this card just fell out. So it's about divine timing. But within this divine timing, I'm going to need you to stay in alignment. Don't go back to what once was. What once was already showed you something. Anytime when you find yourself in a compatible situation, there's something to learn in that encounter. You need to be learning from your encounters. So therefore, you can make sense out of why you're having these encounters. Or what you want, what you don't want. Learn from it. Don't just be looking at it like, well, this ain't what I want, so I don't want it. This ain't what I expected, so I don't want it. Learn from it. That's the message. I'm going to leave it at that. All right. And thank you for your time. And